The plan for today is a quick back workout. Get something in before I go to work today. When I go to work, I mean set up my desk, but um, it's not gonna be too crazy. It's just gonna be a quick pull day. High rows, flat rows, whatever. Some bicep stuff. The usual. But anyways, I'll see you there.
All right, y'all. So my recording kind of didn't do the thing that I wanted to do. My mic was dead this entire time, so I got the lovely joy of recording this after the fact, and also my camera was just bugging out the whole time. So the most wonderful fun time ever, right? So I started my workout today by going into, I guess, warming up with pull-ups, trying to keep them strict and whatnot, hanging on the bar because my grip strength has been terrible recently. Also, now realizing that the shirt I'm wearing is, bleached. How that happened, couldn't tell you. No idea. But yeah, we're going into it. I was trying to get sets of like as many as I can, ideally like eight. Ended up doing this for four times. The first time I did it, the recording didn't work. I was going into bent over rows. I really do like this exercise a lot. I guess it's fun. My back was burning though. And now post review when I'm actually doing it 2 days later, uh, I still feel the burn and the soreness, so that's just a lovely joy. What I really like about this exercise though is that it builds a lot of functional strength. I get this motion a lot, and like a lot of my jujitsu and rolls and whatnot, and like a lot of striking positions, I feel this kind of bent over row position, like that big power and strength position, all through like I guess posterior chain, etc., etc., is always super huge when it comes to like fighting sports and whatnot. Um, Especially just kind of like being able to draw power through your legs and just lift people is a huge, huge thing that I want to say I pride myself on, but like there's only 135 in the bar, so I don't really know how much I can really pride myself on. By the end of this one of these sets, this set here, though, my back was definitely feeling pretty juicy. I don't know about anyone else, but I don't generally get a huge back pump. Um, I don't really know why. My form is a little iffy here. Coming back into it though, I was trying to just crank out these reps. I started coming up really high and wasn't a big fan of it. Felt my back. You see right there, I was definitely feeling it in my lower back, and I didn't really want to. But yeah, a lot of these like back exercises and whatnot. Maybe it's just my form now looking at it, but I don't really get a huge back pump, even when I'm doing like super proper form, whatever. I'll always feel like the soreness and stuff, yeah, but I never get a good pump going. I mean, the muscle groups that I normally get a huge pump are like my biceps, triceps, chest, legs, abs, but never really ever my back. Going into these high rows, I do love this exercise a lot. This is actually like one of my favorites, especially on back days, obviously, but or pull days, whatever. Um, I just feel like it's a really functional movement, at least for me, when it comes to like Muay Thai and like jujitsu, wrestling, like all these like fighting combat sports, etc. MMA, if you do that. Um, you always end up in these like high row positions whenever you're doing the sports, especially when it comes to like a snap down or like in the tie clinch or just like cage fighting, etc. Or even if you're getting like mounted or anything, like you always just end up with your hands above your head for some God knows why, but um yeah, being able to be strong in those positions and like use that weight and strength is huge. So really that's kind of why I train these so often. I mean, I'm glad I'm able to do it back. I had a sprained wrist for a few weeks, and by few I mean 8. I I definitely did a number to my wrist. But yeah, it feels good to finally be back and lifting heavy, I guess. And coming back into these like high rows and benches and all the stuff that I was like screaming to do. So I ended up doing two sets of the 245s, two plates on the sides. Um, that just ended up feeling pretty good. I kind of liked the pump I was finally starting to feel. I know I was saying before I really never get a pump, but I was definitely feeling pretty good over it at this point. Um, you can see on my face as well. We were really having a ball, you could say. But I mean, just so I'm done yapping about just working out. Something, something real entertaining. Something. Watch me struggle. Contemplate my life a little bit. I've been watching a lot of like I don't know if anyone's doing this, but I'm watching a lot of Clash Royale recently. My bad, dropped the mic in the middle of that. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of Clash Royale recently, and like specifically, there's this guy on YouTube called Ken. I don't know if anyone else has seen him, but at this point I don't even watch for the Clash Royale content. I watch just to watch him. That man's comment section is just a war zone. Um, but he's funny as hell, and oh my god. Oh, every time I watch the man, it's always just smash like, you know? And then I've been seeing this, like, I guess you can call it like his fan base is turning some like daily countdown for him to like shave his head. And it was at like 400 days. And I was seeing today that like it's 4,000 or 5,000 days, like cuts his right hand off. And shit, I guess he must have to. If the fans are saying he's got to cut his hand off, I guess it's time. But on a more normal topic of conversation, yeah, I was just burning out my arms here. I was going for like a regular bicep curl with a cable variation. Um, and my arms were absolutely cooked by this point. Um, and I even had to go. For some reason, I decided to do a hammer curl variation as well right after this. So I just had the most pleasant of times. Nah, but in all seriousness, I honestly love doing biceps. It's probably one of my favorite workouts. I just get such a good squeeze at the top. Um, you can see here that I'm not really going all the way to the top, but I'm getting a really good squeeze at the top. I feel like my bi, bicep. I feel like my bicep is about to explode at this point. Um, yeah, for these I ended up doing a little too light. Definitely should have paused and squeezed a little bit more on the top. But I mean that's the big thing about realizing and being able to watch over your, I guess, all your videos and gym content and stuff. I can see my form breaking a little bit and me herky jerky using some elbows for it. So I know for next time to tighten up. What I will say was pretty cool though is this is the first time anyone's ever actually like come up to me while I was filming or anything in the gym. I mean, there's people who are passing in the background, and I try my best to be nice and courteous, and like when people don't want to be in the video, I'll delete stuff and whatever. I've never really come across those problems, because I tend to kind of just try to aim it away from people. Because hey, if you're going to work out, I'm not going to try to bother you or anything, because we're all just trying to get better, right? And some dickhead like myself in the gym with a camera and a tripod and all the whatever like BS definitely isn't the most, I guess, appealing looking person. So I really just try to keep everyone kind of hidden away and off to myself and whatever. But yeah, while I was filming, one of these guys came up. He was super nice and he was like, "Oh, what's the camera for?" And I was like, "Oh, just recording, trying to do like a video diary." But yeah, mainly this account and everything is like not to really get famous or do anything. It's just honestly to keep me accountable because God only knows I need to actually like pick up and have some accountability when it comes to going to the gym consistently. Like I'll do this thing where I'll go for a few weeks. I know most people will probably do this, but I'll go for a few weeks, be like consistent every day, twice a day, whatever with practice and going to the gym and whatnot. And like I just don't ever go back. I'll go like 3 weeks on, a week off, another week off, 3 weeks on, whatever. And like that cycle just is vicious, man. Because it normally comes with like an injury or something stupid. And definitely not the most pleasant, especially when it comes to like jujitsu and stuff. And like, ugh, it gets expensive and you feel guilty for not going. And also, my man boobs are really making those that dieting and wanting to go to the gym ever so more apparent. But besides her talking about my man boobs, I was finishing off the last with the cable curls and whatever. I finished off with just a hammer variation just to get the long head of the bicep. Blah 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 blah. I'm talking about bodybuilding stuff that I'm not really 100% on. But anyways, I was doing these final like trap workouts. I like this like seated trap machine. Um, it really gets a good stretch, especially when you're stretching all the way down, um, where it hangs. I should have honestly gotten my hand wraps or wrist wraps to get a bit of a longer time under tension and get some like extra grip, but it is what it is. We'll learn for next time. But yeah, we're finishing up with the final set, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.